Hello there. Today we're going to talk about retrieval augmented generation. We'll go over the concept and we'll go over the parts. So you may have heard this acronym RAG, and that's what it stands for. The concept is that if you fetch useful information, you can help the large language models respond better. So let's take a look at a couple examples. If I were to ask a generic large language model what happened in the November 2023 Boomi release notes, it might say I'm only trained up till April 2023. I can't answer that question. Likewise, if I were to ask it to summarize an opportunity within my Salesforce org, it would say I don't have access to that opportunity, so I don't have an answer. But if you take the extra step and fetch that relevant info, you can include it in your prompt to the large language model. So you could effectively prompt it and say, here is 20 pages of text. Here's my question. It'll distill through that information. It'll use it as reference to answer that question. So that's the rough concept. You're helping the large language models to perform better by giving them useful context for that specific question. There's a lot of nuance in each of these steps, and it can be quite intricate, but roughly, all retrieval augmented generation designs are going to include four main steps. You have the user asking the question, you have the context retrieval portion, you have the LLM prompt portion, and then you have the portion where you're responding back to the user. So for me, from these four steps, this second one is the most interesting. I say that because the first and the fourth step, you kind of know what interface you're using for a given application or use case. Likewise, for the third step, you know what large language model might be available to your organization, or you have opinions about which ones are best, as I do, and those are the ones that you're going to use. So that will largely stay fixed as well. But this second piece where you're loading a number of pieces of relevant information, for me, that's just a wide open landscape of potential and of creativity. If the best way to get the result for your given use case is the flashiest new semantic search technology, super, fantastic. If it's some sort of keyword based lookup, that's fine too. If it's whatever Google was using in 1998 to search for things, and that's the best way to get useful information into your given design with your data set and your objectives, that's fully on the table in my opinion. So for me, this second step, retrieving the information, is a wide open one and a really fascinating one. I think that's where we will find there's a lot of room for growth and improvement and quality gains. Now, this is sort of the real time user action. There is often also in a retrieval augmented generation design a step zero where you're effectively preparing all of the data, but I think that's a topic for a different day. Thanks for watching. I hope that was valuable.